We've got a very rusty W-12 here. It's a standard 3-speed fan. As you can see, this thing is very deeply rusted. This fan is very far gone cosmetically. It's far from surface rust. It's very pitted, very deep in the metal. Gotta say, it's by far one of the worst conditioned W-12s I've ever seen. Still runs really good though. Which is rather surprising for how well this thing runs, for how beat up it is. There's a giant dent in the side. It's got some blade vibrations. Again, the fan runs excellent. This is one I had to use one of my counterweights on to balance the blade, or otherwise the fan would walk across the floor. Again, it's not too difficult to do that with these type of fans, based on the design of the hub. As you can see, it's a big round, it's basically designed like a flywheel. And with those clips, you can stick them to the edge. You can see it in the phase of the blade every time it makes a revolution. You can see the clip on there on the side. Once the fan stops, I'll show you. And as astonishing as it is for how beat up this fan is, it runs excellent. So here it is, it's starting to slow down right there. That little metal clip right there. I did this with my W6 and my W13 as well. So all you do is slip it over the edge, as you can see. Let me zoom in again. All you do is you just wedge it on there and put an adhesive under there so it hangs onto the blade hub. Otherwise, that's all you do. Let me show you the back. Back's no prettier. Just as bad. I have no idea what happened to this fan. But all I know is, I know where I got it from. It was from a friend of mine. And he was working at his grandparents', and he saw this sitting out in their barn. And sure enough, you know, the whole fan was stiffened up to the point where you could turn it on and the blades wouldn't even move. So it was very tightly locked, and just by disassembling and using some rubbing alcohol to get the grimed up oil in the motor out, and then cleaning it up and putting some zoom spout in there, sure enough, it freed it right up and it runs excellent. It's just sad to see how beat this thing is. I mean, look at the size of the dent there in the side of the frame. Look at how pitted that is. This thing was treated terribly. But I don't know. Hard to tell if it's worth restoring, or if I'm just gonna leave it or part it out. I don't know. I mean, it runs fine, so maybe at some point I could try to do something with it. But as it sits right now, there ain't nothing I can do. I mean, it's pretty much fall. It's cool enough. I can't use paint outside. I mean, I know it's getting cold. My truck motor is starting to whistle at me because I got an air leak, but either way, maybe by next summer I'll have enough to try and do something with this thing. Maybe sandblast the top and get as much of that rust off as possible, but it's hard to say. Hard to say if I can get anything out of it, but we'll see.